Hi class, a pleasant day to all of you. This is your Prof. Sir Dan, and in this video we are going to continue the discussion on dissolution, and this is the last part of the video regarding dissolution, and we are going to discuss here the other causes of dissolution, which are retirement or withdrawal of partner, death of partner, and incorporation of partnership. So let us discuss retirement or withdrawal of partner. A partner may leave the partnership provided it is in accordance with the partnership agreement. So the partner should make sure that leaving the partnership is in accordance with the partnership agreement. If not, a partner can be sued for damages if she retires not in accordance with the agreement. So he has to take note of this. Actions of partnership on withdrawal or retirement of partner. So what are the actions that can be undertaken by the partnership if there is a withdrawal or retirement of partner? First, the equity of the withdrawing partner, okay, it can be sold to remaining partners. Next, the equity of the retiring partner can be sold to outsider. Third, the equity of the retiring partner can be sold to the partnership. So meaning that the partnership will buy the equity of the retiring partner. Let us have an illustration. The statement of financial position as of December 31st, 2018 of ABC Partnership indicated the following capital balances and profit ratios. Second information is that Carlos decided to retire and withdraw his interest effective June 30, 2018. Okay? Adore and Bell agreed on the retirement of Carlos. So the three partners are Adore, Bell, and Carlos. And these are their capital contribution and their profit and loss ratio. And Carlos decided to leave the partnership. Adore and Bell agreed with the retirement of Carlos. Third information is that Carlos will receive a share on 2018 profit based on the average from the last 3 years of 270,000. Because in this situation, the year 2018 has not been completed yet, so there was no final income statement to determine the actual um, profit for the year for that particular year. So they just use an estimated amount as the average profit per year. So Carlos, in his drawing account, reflected a withdrawal of 15,000 as of June 30, 2018. Okay, so these are the information. So let us analyze this. So we have our partners, Adore, Bell, and the retiring partner, Carlos. So let us take a look of the profit and loss ratio of the three partners. We have 50% for Adore, Bell 30%, and Carlos 20%. And their existing capital structure, Adore 400,000, Bell 500,000, and Carlos 300,000. Okay, for a total of 1,200,000. So here in number 3, we have to consider the profit to be given to Carlos. And it is stated that Carlos will receive a share on 2018 profit based on the average from last 3 years of 270,000. So 270,000, that's the average, times the percentage share of Carlos of 20%, times 6/12 because it's not a complete year, okay? So the for the year, Carlos will only be entitled for profit from January to June. Okay, so the share of Carlos is 27,000. So share on profit, and we are going to give it to Carlos. We don't have to compute. It's not necessary for us to compute the share of Adore and Bell on the profit because it is only estimated, and they will still be in the partnership. Okay, so uh, uh,
It's
anything can
5:30.
happen from July to December. Okay, so it is only an estimated profit to be considered in updating the capital of Carlos. So the idea here is to update the capital of Carlos. So that's why we are going to give uh, the estimated profit for Carlos. And with this, we can record this estimate, okay, by debiting income and expense summary of 27,000 and crediting Carlos drawing for 27,000. In number 4, it indicated that Carlos withdrew 15,000 as of June 30, 2018. So we have to deduct that withdrawal. Okay? So in this case, the capital adjustment is net of 12,000. So this will be the net balance of drawing account of Carlos. So if we are going to update now the capital of Carlos, Carlos has a 300,000 existing capital plus the additional 12,000. We will have we are going to do this adjusting entry, closing the drawing account of Carlos to the capital. We will have an adjusted capital of Carlos at 312,000. Okay, take note that the adjusted capital of Carlos is 312,000. So the alternatives in handling the capital of the retiring partner Carlos are this. Okay, first we have to make sure that we have updated the balance of Carlos capital, and we have done that. Okay, and we have determined that the updated capital of Carlos is 312,000. So these are the alternatives. Okay, one of the partners, Adore, and the other partner can purchase Carlos equity. In this case, Adore is purchasing Carlos equity. So in this case, we will debit Carlos capital of 312,000 and give the Carlos capital to the existing partner who purchased his capital of 312,000. The next is that we will allow a new partner to purchase Carlos equity. In this case, new partner Danny will purchase Carlos equity. So we will debit Carlos capital at 312,000 and give the new partner Danny the 312,000. The third alternative is that the partnership will purchase Carlos equity. So in this case, if the partnership will purchase Carlos equity, we will debit Carlos capital of 312,000 and we will use the partnership cash of 312,000. So we will credit cash of 312,000. So these are the three ways on how to handle the capital of the retiring partner. One of the partners to purchase the capital of the retiring partner. New partner will purchase the retiring capital. And the third one is that partnership will purchase the retiring capital. Okay? Now, class, the third alternative, which is the partnership will purchase the retiring capital. Okay? The amount that can be uh, given by the partnership may vary from the updated capital. Okay? If partnership will purchase Carlos equity with higher amount than the capital account, the difference can be attributed as asset revaluation. However, for asset revaluation, we have to record the asset revaluation to all partners, or the increase or the paying a higher amount to Carlos would can also mean that we are giving bonus to Carlos. So that's why we are giving or paying a higher amount. Giving bonus to Carlos or to the retiring partner, this will mean decreasing the capital accounts of the remaining partners. We will get the bonus of Carlos from the capital accounts of the remaining partners. If payment is lower than the capital account, the difference can be attributed as, so if the partnership will pay Carlos lower than his capital account, it can be asset impairment. And if asset impairment, the asset impairment has to be recorded or distributed to all partners. And it can be bonus to remaining partner. That's why there is a reduction of payment to Carlos, because the partnership, due to the retirement of Carlos, okay, will give bonus to the remaining partner by decreasing the capital account of Carlos, or the retiree, who is the retiring partner. Okay, let us illustrate this class. So the case one is that the partnership paid 362,000 for the equity of Carlos. As we have presented, the equity of Carlos is only 312,000. So there is an increase or additional of 50,000 payment. Okay, and in this we will assume that the additional 50,000 payment is the share of Carlos from asset revaluation. So what we have here is this, the profit and loss ratio. Okay, this is what the partnership has, and the existing capital structure. Okay, and then the total of that is 1,200,000. And then we have updated Carlos capital. So the updated Carlos capital is 312,000. And with this, the amount paid by partnership, we will assume that there was an additional 50,000. So the amount paid is 362,000. So there is an excess of 50,000. In this, we will assume that this excess is from asset revaluation. So the asset revaluation, that is the 50,000, is the share of Carlos. Okay, so the partnership gave his corresponding share. So we have to determine the 100% value of the asset revaluation. So we can determine that by dividing 50,000 by the corresponding profit and loss ratio of Carlos, which is 20%. And you will get the total asset revaluation of 250,000. Now, we have now to distribute this 250,000 also to other remaining partners who are Adore and Bell. So Adore will share 50% of the 250,000. So Adore will share 125,000, and Bell will share 30% of 250,000, which is 75,000. So we distributed the total asset revaluation of 250,000 to all the partners. Okay? And now, class, the entry to record the asset revaluation, we debit the asset and give the corresponding credits to the capital accounts of the partners. Okay? And to get the updated capital, now Adore has 525,000 and Bell has 575,000. And we have already updated the capital of Carlos at 362,000. Okay. Now, if the payment will be given to Carlos for his retirement. The partnership will issue cash to Carlos at 362,000. So in this case, there will be no Carlos is no longer a partner in the partnership. So our capital will now consist of Ador and Bell with a total of 1,100,000. Okay? And how about the profit and loss ratio? Without Carlos, how are we going to determine the profit and loss ratio? So in this case, the profit and loss ratio is 5 is to 3 because 50%, 30%, so that will be 5 is to 3. Okay? And computing the percentage of 5 is to 3 is that 5 plus 3 is 8, so 5 over 8 for Ador and 3 over 8 for Bell. Okay, so now the new profit and loss ratio is 62.5% for Ador and Bell is 37.5%. Okay, because 50%, 30% is not 100%. Okay, so that's why we have to determine a profit and loss ratio that is equivalent to 100% for all partners. Okay, class? And now, case 2 is that the partnership paid 362 for the equity of Carlos. Now, in this, we will assume that the excess is for bonus. The excess of 50,000 is for bonus. Okay, let us have the uh, what we're given, and the updated retiring capital is 312,000. Amount to be paid by partnership is 362,000. So there is an excess of 50,000. So in this, we are going to attribute the excess as bonus. Okay? Since we are giving more to Carlos, it means that this is his bonus. So if this is his bonus, the bonus now will be shared by Ador and Bell. So the ratio will be 50,000 over 5 times over 5 over 8 for Ador, and for Bell 50,000 times 3 over 8. So the corresponding share of Ador and Bell are 31,250 and 18,750 respectively. Okay? So in this case, we can prepare this journal entry for the retirement of Carlos. Okay? We will debit Carlos capital at 312,000, debit Ador capital at 31,250, credit Bell capital at 18,750, and give Carlos the cash of 362,000. Okay? So if we are going to update the capital structure, it will be 368,750 for Ador and Bell for 181,250, or the total capital structure of 850. And getting the profit and loss ratio, it's the same thing, 5/8 or 62.5%, 3 over 8 or 37.5%. Okay, class? So the next is that the partnership paid less, which is 300,000 for the equity of Carlos. Carlos' equity is 312, so there is a less amount paid by the partnership, a lesser amount paid by the partnership. The shortfall is for asset impairment on equipment. So here we have here the data that the information that we had, okay, and updated capital is 312, and the amount paid by partnership is 300,000. So there is a shortfall of 312,000, okay? And in this shortfall, we will attribute this to asset impairment. So meaning that there was a reduction in asset impairment. So the asset impairment, all the partners will share on the asset impairment. So 12,000 is the share of Carlos. So we have to compute the 100% of asset impairment. And to do that, 12,000 divided by 20% is 60,000. So now we also have to reflect reduction of capital from Ador and Bell due to asset impairment. So 50% of 60,000 is 30. That will be the amount to be deducted from Ador's capital. And 30% of 60,000 is 18,000. This is the amount of asset impairment for the share of Bell. So here we can have this journal entry. We will debit the share of Ador and Bell on the asset impairment as well as the Carlos capital on the asset impairment. So we will reduce the value of the equipment, okay? The asset that has declined its value. Okay, and now we are going to pay Carlos. So here are the updated capital. So if we are going to pay Carlos, we are paying Carlos 300,000. So the entry to pay Carlos is that debit Carlos capital 300,000 and credit cash 300,000. So this will already be paid, okay? So the remaining capital is only for Ador and Bell at 852,000. And with regards to profit and loss ratio, it's the same thing. 5:3 or 5,838, which is 62.5% and 37.5%. Okay, let us move on. Same thing in this situation. 300,000 was paid to Carlos, and the equity of Carlos is 312,000. However, on this assumption, we will attribute this that this is for bonus. So let us have the information that we have. And the amount paid by the partnership is 300,000. So there is a shortfall of 12,000, and this is bonus, okay? Since that we are paying less, so the bonus is given to the remaining partners, okay? So Carlos is the one shouldering reduction from his capital. So in this case, we have Carlos' capital 312,000. We increase Ador and Bell's capital on their share of bonus and then give cash of 300,000 to Carlos. So Carlos' capital has already been purchased by the partnership. So the remaining capital of Ador and Bell is 407,500 and 504,500 respectively. And getting the profit and loss ratio, same thing as we have done in the previous slide. So this is their profit and loss ratio. Okay. Okay, class, that's it for the retirement of partner. And now we will move on to the other cause of dissolution, and this is the death or incapacity of partner. The death or incapacity of partner dissolves the original association of partnership. However, the partnership may still continue with a substitute taking place in accordance with articles of co-partnership. So, if there is a death, one of the relatives or whoever was named as the estate for the incapacitated or the partner who passed away, then as long as it is within the articles of co-partnership and that person could take place. Okay? Business may be continued by the remaining partner with the interest of the deceased partner purchased by the remaining partners or partnership. So it is also possible that the interest of the incapacitated or the death the partner will be purchased by the remaining partners or by the partnership. Okay. And another cause of dissolution is incorporation of partnership. So one of the causes of dissolution is converting the partnership into a distinct business entity by forming a corporation. Incorporating a partnership firm protects the owners from the liabilities of the business. So, incorporating partnership will protect the partners to have unlimited liability. It is also makes it much easier to raise funds from outside investors, okay? Because if it is a corporation, then you can offer your shares of stocks to the public. There are basically three ways of incorporating an existing partnership. First, assets over. The assets of the partnership are transferred to the new corporation. That is assets over. Next, assets up. The partnership is liquidated and assets are distributed among the partners. We will discuss liquidation after this dissolution. Okay, so here assets up would mean the partnership is liquidated and assets are distributed among the partners. A new corporation is formed by a fresh contribution of assets by owners. Third, interest over. Ownership interests in the partnership are transferred to the new corporation and stock is issued in return. In this situation, whatever the percentage of profit and loss ratio, that will be the stock that will be issued to the partners under the new corporation. Okay, class? That's it for dissolution and have a great day and stay safe. Bye for now.